This video will present my best NFL Thanksgiving picks. We had a good 4-2 record against the spread last week. I'm Professor MJ, a university statistics professor with a French accent. I've got an important announcement for you. Believe it or not, we have 2 picks with the highest 5-star rating this Sunday. Given that we've had only 3 such picks thus far in the entire 2020 season, this is incredible. Remember that those 5-star plays are 7-3 over the last 3 years. So stick until the end of this video for details on how to get instant access to those 2 big whale plays that I absolutely love. But first, let's get going with the Thanksgiving picks. The first Thanksgiving game involves the Houston Texans playing at the Detroit Lions. My top pick for the whole day is to go with the Texans minus 2.5 points in Detroit. The Lions have posted a mediocre 5-15 against the spread record the last 20 times they lost a game by 14 points or more, which was the case last week. Also, they have beaten the spread on just 2 occasions during the last 7 matchups where they were home underdogs. Meanwhile, Houston has a 5-2-2 ATS record when playing on the road against a team with a losing record. But they have been awful the last 11 times they played on a Thursday. Indeed, their 2-9 ATS record is not very inspiring. Still, I like how the Texans showed up last week against New England. Deshaun Watson is completing close to 70% of his passes this year, along with 20 TD passes versus just 5 interceptions. Meanwhile, Matthew Stafford has completed just 63% of his passes, with 17 TDs and 7 picks. He has a right thumb injury that might affect his play. His top target, Kenny Golladay, seemed on track to take the field after practicing Monday, but he did not show up Tuesday, which seems to indicate he is not ready yet. That's a big plus for Houston, because Golladay is a big part of Detroit's offense. Now, did you look at the Lions' injury list? 7 out of their 11 starters on offense are listed as questionable or probable. And they have at least 6 more on defense, which is incredible. On Houston's side, my main concern pertained to left tackle Laremy Tunsil. However, the latest reports suggest he is very likely to be available, which is great for us. Here's a bonus tip. I am leaning towards taking over 51.5 points. Both teams have a bad defense and a struggling running game. That means they are likely to throw often, which avoids running out the clock with the ground game, whereas incomplete passes stop the clock. Thanksgiving game number 2 involves the Washington football team against the Dallas Cowboys. In this game, I am leaning towards betting under 46 points. I know, the last 10 meetings between these 2 clubs have led to 8 overs and 2 unders, including a perfect 5-0 on the over in games played in Dallas. Still, I see both offenses struggling to move the ball. Andy Dalton was impressive in Minnesota last week, but Washington's defense is much tougher, and they rush opposing QBs much better than the Vikings, since they are tied in 3rd place for the most sacks in the league. Call me crazy, but I believe the Cowboys' defense is doing better. After allowing an average of 36 points per game over their first 6 contests, Dallas has allowed 25 per match in their past 4. They seem to have more fight in them, and they won't be playing softly against a division rival. Alex Smith has done a fine job replacing Kyle Allen at quarterback, but he's mostly completing short passes, and he still has just 2 TD passes versus 4 interceptions in 2020. Also, running back Antonio Gibson and stud wide receiver Terry McLaurin are injured. They will likely take the field, but they are not 100%. As for the point spread, if you forced me to make a pick, I would go with Washington plus 3 points, but I am staying away. For these reasons, the only bet I would consider making in this NFC East matchup would be under 46 points. Backed by popular demand, here's my dog Cooper to discuss game number 3, which involves the Baltimore Ravens against the Pittsburgh Steelers. What a great matchup! Running backs Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins will miss the game after testing positive for COVID-19 Sunday night. Gus Edwards will step in as the starting running back. Having all 3 guys would obviously be preferable, but Edwards has done a fine job at the possession this year. In some games, he even looked like the better of the 3. The Ravens lost 28-24 at home against the Steelers back in Week 8. You know I like the revenge factor, so that plays a role in my decision this week. Notice how Baltimore dominated total yardage 457 to 221 in that game, but they were screwed by 4 turnovers. Also, I like to back elite teams after a straight-up loss. However, after losing 3 of their past 4 games, we are left wondering if the Ravens are indeed an elite team or not. Baltimore has fared well in Pittsburgh recently, as shown by their 4-1-1 ATS record. They have also beaten the spread 6 of the last 7 times they were established as road underdogs. However, there are several trends favoring the Steelers too. For example, they are 5-0-1 ATS after winning a match by 14 points or more, which is the case here. Overall, I am leaning towards the Ravens plus 5, but the truth is I won't personally bet this game. Alright, as promised at the beginning of this video, let me say a word about the 2 5-star picks for Sunday's games. You can gain access to those predictions right now, but I'll be fully transparent with you. After giving away all of my NFL picks this year, these 2 gems are available at a $100 fee. I'm so confident in those bets that I'm willing to make you this great offer. If both picks lose, you get your money back. If one pick loses and the other wins, you're going to get my next 5-star pick for free, which should occur sometime later this season. And obviously, if both picks win, everyone's happy and richer. I don't recommend that you wait any longer before getting those 2 awesome picks, because the lines are likely to move against you. I already placed my bets because I suspect the lines will only get worse as money pours in. Simply follow the link below this video, both in the description and the comments. You don't want to miss out on this unique opportunity to have 2 5-star picks during the same week. This is Professor MJ, PhD in statistics, and I wish you a great Thanksgiving with your family.